All right, guys. So today we need to talk about Target. This is ticker symbol TGT here, and a bad year, which you can see here, year to date. Target down 37.58%. A bad year is getting even worse as the company continues to fall, down 3.33% today, currently sitting at right around $85 per share. And Target actually released their third quarter earnings today. And again, this has the stock down 3%. Obviously, people were not loving this. Things were not looking great. We're going to break down that. We're going to go through all of that. But what I also think is interesting at the same time is, you can compare this to a stock like Walmart, which is, up 11% year to date. And you can see that things aren't necessarily bad for all the retailers, all the stores, the chains, stuff like that out there. At the same time that Target is having a really bad year and a really bad kind of like 5-year period, Walmart up 100% in the past 5 years, the same time period where Target is down 50%. So this is, some Target specific. Obviously, there's global economic issues and even, national economic issues in the United States and all that stuff, but some larger Target specific issues going on here. But we do have the quarter 3 2025 results and positioning Target for its next chapter of growth. Starting off at the beginning, again, top line sales. Net sales were down 1.5%, lower than 2024, and comparable sales declined 2.7%. So again, right off the bat, not a great look. Starting off with, some bad news people are not going to be hyped up and excited for. Net sales down, comparable sales declining. This is not necessarily looking great right off the bat, and you can see, why this thing continues to slide, why this has been a bad year for Target, and why even today is getting things worse. Bottom line results, adjusted EPS of $1.78 was about 4% lower than last year, and GAAP EPS was $1.51. So again, EPS also dropping. Just a lot of negatives right off the bat here. A lot of the high level stuff, the big important stuff, things are dropping. But they try to, sugarcoat it, add in some positive stuff like that here. Start hitting you with some of those details. Digital comm sales increased 2.4%, driven by 35% growth in same-day delivery powered by Target Circle 360. Obviously, same-day delivery, delivery of groceries and store-bought items, stuff in general, something people really, really are loving nowadays. And, that's something that people find very, very convenient. Roundel saw double-digit growth. Target plus GMV grew nearly 50%. And then assortment highlights, whatever. We saw strongest performance around key seasonal moments like back to school, college, and Halloween, and momentum in hardlines and food and beverage, where we continue to lead with newness and product innovation. They saw nearly 10% growth in toys, and beverages were up 7%. So again, some things are doing okay, some things are hanging in there, but across the board, again, Target not necessarily in the best position, not necessarily doing the best. Here we have Michael Fidelki. We're laying the foundation for a stronger, faster, and more innovative Target. It's grounded in our purpose of bringing joy to our guests and focus on growth. We know there's work to do, and we have the best team in retail to do it with clear priorities guiding us. I'm proud of our progress and confident we are on the right path. So very, very interesting stuff there. Again, like I said, this earnings report was not necessarily the best. That's why Target stock kind of continues to slide. We do have, reactions in the news scene to stuff like this. We have CNBC talking about Target cuts profit outlook as shoppers look for deals, make fewer store trips. Target posted third quarter sales decline and cut the top end of its full year earnings guidance. So again, another not necessarily great thing there. Their full year earnings guidance is being cut, kind of being lowered there. Incoming CEO is trying to kickstart the business after roughly 4 years of stagnant sales. But also one interesting thing here that maybe people can get a little bit excited about, especially in this, AI craze that we're in and everything right now, AI bubble potentially, whatever. Target said Wednesday it is launching an experience with OpenAI, which allows customers to shop Target's app within ChatGPT that will launch next week. Now, is this going to be a big needle mover? Is this going to be something that absolutely changed the game? Is this going to be something that turns things around for Target? I'm definitely skeptical, but I at least appreciate, them trying to throw AI and buzzwords and stuff like that in there because I'm sure they knew that this wasn't exactly going to be the most exciting thing in the world. Target's net sales falling 1.5% lower than they were a year ago. And again, you can kind of see this, net sales graph where not really anything to be too excited about. If I was an investor or a potential investor in Target, if I was currently invested in Target, whatever, I'm not currently invested in Target. I don't really have any, kind of interest in investing in Target or anything like that either. I'm sure there will be some people, trying to buy the dip and getting ready for Target's exciting rebound or whatever because, things go up and down all the time, whatever. We go through good areas, bad eras, whatever. But when I see a graph like this, obviously those net sales pretty flat, if not even starting to, go on a little bit of a decline over the past couple of years. That's not something I'm going to be excited about as an investor. And then again, just obviously the share price, we've seen an absolutely insane fall, just a drop and drop and drop and drop and drop, and things are, don't seem to be getting any better anytime soon. Also, Target posts their third consecutive quarter of same store losses. Comparable sales were down 2.7% from the same period a year ago. But you can see dating back to 2023, we've had a couple quarters here and there with some same store sales growth. But a lot of quarters of losses, a lot of quarters has been going down. It just kind of keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Again, 2023 wasn't great. 2025 has not been better. Things are not necessarily looking good, and it's going to be tough, I think, for Target to rebound from here. But again, this is not necessarily a company I'm excited about. Obviously, a very iconic company, a company that's been a big part of all of our lives in the United States, over the past whatever decades. Really, huge, massive, crazy company, but stuff has not been looking good for them as of late. And again, it just kind of got worse today with this latest third quarter earnings report. But yes, Target is in some trouble here. They continue to slide. It has been a very, very bad 2025. Lucky for them, 2025 coming to a close here soon. So they will definitely have to, start off. Hopefully things better in 2026. Again, we have that new CEO coming in. Hopefully he'll be able to make some changes and stuff. But right now, the outlook is not great today, previously, or looking forward in the future for Target. Again, ticker symbol TGT down 3.27% on the day today as of recording this video. So we'll have to see what happens here. But let me know. Are you guys interested in buying the dip on Target? Are you staying the heck away? What do you think the future has in store for Target? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.